Hey there, Carolina fan. How you doing? I already know what's coming. You already know. 7-2. 7-2. What's your record against Jeremy Pruitt? 2-1. Well, all right. Enough of that. Tennessee has beaten South Carolina in a nail-biting performance. What an amazing game this was. To be honest, either way, whichever way this game went, this was a great game. Hold on, I gotta get up for this, y'all got me. Y'all got me electric. Well, let's talk about this game. So, of course, there are a lot of pros in this game. I'll start with that first. First of all, Garantano looked okay today. He didn't look like the best quarterback. Had a few, or actually, quite a few mistakes. Of course, multiple of those being overthrown passes. We got to work out those kinks. But as for the positives, he looked pretty good. Made a couple of dimes today, a couple of which got into the end zone for a touchdown. And that gave us the lead over Carolina. We led pretty much the whole game, and that's the reason we were able to come out and win this game. Defensive line looked legit after that first drive. Every single drive after, they were pushing Carolina down, and Colin Hill wasn't able to do anything. Play after play after play. Colin Hill was getting absolutely destroyed. He was not able to do anything. He was running around there like a friggin' chicken with his head cut off. And speaking of chickens, that's what y'all are. Unfortunately, I had pizza today. Unfortunately, I didn't have fried chicken. Let's see, what else? Wide receiver core actually looked really good. The wide receiver, Josh Palmer, Velus Jones Jr., Josh Palmer, if I didn't already mention him. Oh, yeah, Josh Palmer, Brandon Johnson, Velus Jones Jr., all those guys looked really good and are pretty much a step forward for the wide receiver core. After Jawan Jennings and Marquez Callaway left, we were left to figure out what exactly this wide receiver core was going to be, and these were the guys to step up. So, yeah, very good performance by them today. Offensive line held their blocks for most of the time. The running game was really good, and that's partly thanks to the offensive line. Oh my gosh, this whole thing keeps on coming off. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this. But anyway, yeah, the running back core really, really good. Both Eric Gray and Ty Chandler had an amazing game today. Of course, the offensive line, great as usual. All right, let's talk about some of the cons I saw in this game. Now, for starters, the defensive backfield looked absolutely atrocious today. We were not able, play after play, we were not able to stop South Carolina, especially that one wide receiver, Shy Smith. That dude, no matter what you say about South Carolina, that dude is talented. I expect for him to be drafted at least in the third round in the NFL next year, or whichever year he's drafted. I don't know if he's a sophomore or a senior. I don't know. Somebody can tell me in the comments section. Regardless, the defensive backfield, that is going to be a problem in some of the bigger games. That'll definitely be a problem when we play teams like Florida and Alabama. That'll be a problem. So we need to get that kink worked out before those games. That's the main one I'm noticing. Special teams, I'll get on that in just a moment. The punting situation, that first punt was just miserable, terrible. But I'll leave it as a first drive mistake. It wasn't like a horrible play. It was a horrible play, but it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, there is some kinks that need to be worked out with that, and there obviously were. I think the main problem I'm noticing with Tennessee is consistency. there is a big problem with consistency here. Some drives will come out and will look really, really good, have a fast-tempoed offense, keep shoving it down their throats, keep that up, and then some drives will just come out and look like we don't know what the hell we're doing. I mean, play after play, drive after drive. I mean, we'll see two completely different offenses from Tennessee. So, yeah, that definitely needs to be worked out. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else left that I need to cover. But South Carolina, as for you, I wish you the best of luck going into the rest of the season. Go beat Georgia again. Beat Florida while you're at it too. I mean, we'll beat them, but you make sure to do it too. And are you gonna keep Will Muschamp? I'm curious. I mean, he didn't have a terrible game today and held on to Tennessee for the entirety of the game. But I do know one thing. Special teams, piss poor. I'll see y'all next week. Mizzou, you're next.